When I'm when I'm in this part of the country, I always prefer to be introduced as the Parl rep. I always keep telling people that the most important job I have is that of being the member of parliament for this constituency. And then you can say prime minister, and then you can say minister of finance. But let me greet my friend and colleague, Honorable Gloria Shillenford, our Minister for Community Development, Honorable Dr. Daru, and Honorable Justin Charles, or almost said Honorable Nurse Charles, and so on, that's how I call her. Very happy to be here, to have you here, to celebrate with the people of Penville. Let me also recognize the Mr. Skerrit, who is the manager of BNTF, our dear parish priest, Father Tarimo, our chairman of the council, Mr. Dubois, and the other councillors, Mr. John Jules from Dala and Ndala, and all the other local government authorities, and to all of you, the wonderful people of Lower Penville in particular, but Penville in general. I'm very happy to be here this afternoon. And as was stated, this is a project that is long overdue. But we had some delays at the CDB level. And the CDB was questioning whether this, because the reason why they were questioning this project is because they said that we in Dominica, we have a number of resource centers across Dominica that are underutilized. Sometimes people ask us to build facilities for them in the communities and they do not make use of it or sufficient use of it. And so they had a concern about, do we need more such facilities in Dominica? And my word to the minister in cabinet, that if CDB is not prepared to finance that project, then tell them to keep their money. I will find money to build a resource center for Lower Penville. And after a while, the CDB decided that it will approve of these two resource centers, this one in Penville and the other in Wesley. So we're here this afternoon to break ground for this important facility. And as was indicated to you, we had to scale it down because the design of the facility and the tendered amounts from the contractors were way beyond what was originally budgeted for. So we decided to go ahead with the scale down project, but I have given the people of Wesley the commitment that the government will provide the additional funds to do the original structure once we finish the first phase of it. And I'm saying to you here in Lower Penville that the government shall make available the funds to do the other sections of the resource center to have a larger community hall. So once the first phase is completed, the Minister of Finance shall transfer funds to the council to continue the works on the extension. But it's an important facility for us here in Penville, because as it is, we've never had a place where we could hold a meeting here in Lower Penville. We were sometimes at the kind mercies of the priest who will allow us to use the Catholic Church. But it will serve as an important area where we can have community activities, training for all of us here in various skills. And I'm hoping and praying that the facility will not remain closed more often than not. So let us start working on projects and programs which we can make use, which can be made use of the facility. It is an investment in this community, and it is an investment in your future, in your well-being. It is for you to take advantage of it, it is for you to make use of it, and at the same time, it is for you to ensure that it is not vandalized. That if it is vandalized, it means therefore you are taking money from your own personal development that we could put elsewhere to help you. So I'm very happy to be here this afternoon. I also want to say to my dear senior citizens who are 70 and over, all of you whom we would have filled some forms for you, the money, the $200 every month until you die. I hope you don't die anytime soon, but until you die. The monies have been transferred to the village council's account, and you can start getting your $200 almost immediately, so you can help buy your little groceries and to take care of yourself. The government has implemented this program across Dominica because many of you would have met me from time to time and tell me that you've worked on the roads, you've worked on this project and that bridge and so forth, but you are not getting anything from Social Security. And we have decided as a government, as a Labour Party government, to respond to the concerns of our citizens and to provide you with something as small as it may be, but it will go a long way in helping you see yourself through the month. So you shall get $200 every month from the month of October until the good Lord decide to call you home. We shall continue to assist with housing and housing assistance. Of course, there's some of you who still need housing assistance, and we are still available to assist you with the housing assistance. My only wish is that when we get the housing assistance, we use it for the purpose intended. So we have to make proper use of it to help improve our homes so that we can have a more comfortable place to live. So that's all my hope and prayer to you. The college students, a commitment was made to not only pay the tuition fees for the college students, which we are doing for our students, but also to provide them with an allowance of $250 every month to assist with transportation. Because, we are farmers here, we do not make much money, and to send your child to college every day, bus fare is very high. So we are assisting every single child here with $250 every month throughout the school period. So they will have gotten the money for this semester, and that money will go through the council. So each student will get $250 each month. And my hope again is that we do not use the money to do top up. We use it to pay the bus, so that the bus can take us to and from school, and that we can learn, and we can go out to universities and come back and help build this beautiful community, this beautiful village called Penville. Of course, I'm hoping that the farmers group continue to provide fertilizer. You'll have purchased about 500 bags of fertilizer for the farmers. I'm hoping that everybody gets, and it is shared properly, and everybody can benefit from it. But the farmers group has done a fantastic job in reaching out to many farmers, and that group was set up in 2006 by myself to help defray the cost of fertilizer to our farmers. As you know, fertilizer is an expensive commodity, and we have been able to reduce the price of fertilizer by as much as 60% to farmers here. And there's no need for them to transport it from Portsmouth to here. You get it right there at a 60% discount to the farmers. My hope is that it has been helping you to help yourself. But we're celebrating our independence, and it says, the theme is our nation, our responsibility. Each one of us has a role to play in nation building. And we're coming on the 4th of November for Community Day of Service. And I'm hoping that every able-bodied man and woman in Penville will come out to help deal with community activities. I find sometimes too few of us come out, and always the same set of people coming out. And there's some people as if, well, walking on the road is not for them, it's for you and me, and they don't need to come out and so forth. We never know when we will need our neighbor. We'll never know when we will need the community to help us. So it's important for us to play our part in taking care of the community. I have a part to play, but all of us here, every one of us here has a part to play in building this community. We, some time ago, as you know, we signed a contract with Public Works for $5 million to do the road. And we have paid Public Works Corporation $4.5 million for this project. And I got very upset with them. And I gave them a week to resolve the problems in Penville in regards to the road, which they failed to do. And I took a decision to fire them and to terminate the contract with Public Works Corporation and tell them to get out of Penville, and I will allow the people of Penville to continue implementing the project. Because I do not see where the $4.5 million have been spent. They have thrown it in the Dimitri River and the Lively Lord Bode and so forth. So what we have done in the government, on my instructions, is that we have signed contracts with 11 local people from Penville, 11 contractors from Penville, who will be charged with the responsibility of finishing the road for us And I am satisfied that all of his contractors are people who can do a decent job. And it will cost the government an additional $2 million to finish up the roads and the main sections of the roads. Work should begin next week, immediately after committee of service. You've seen that they started clearing the drains and cutting the grass to start the concrete works. So they should start in earnest, hopefully next week, just after the independence celebration. It will be $2 million that will be spent here in Penville, because the only thing we have to buy coming out of Penville is the cement. We have the tariffs right there. We have trucks in Penville. We have all the contractors from Penville, and we have all of the people who will be working on the road coming from Penville. So $2 million in the next few months will be spent here in Penville, in Penville, so that we can understand the positive impact that would have on this community. So I'm very happy to be here. I want to say to my colleagues who are here, this is one of the most wonderful villages in Dominica. For me, it is my best village and so on. It's a place that I have a particular love for. And I know my friends in Vegas always get upset when I say that. But the truth must be told. And I love Penville more than anywhere else in Dominica. And I say so publicly, without fear. Anybody want to get vexed and upset at me, that's fine with them. But I appreciate very much the people of Penville. They're very, very sincere people. And they have been the backbone of my personal political support from the day I decided to get involved in active politics here in Dominica. And it's a community which I will never forget. And it's a community that has shown great love and affection to me and tremendous support. Just to say to you, Teacher Glow, at the last election, I only missed the 100 votes in that polling station by 4. And I'm hoping the 4 people who did not vote for me last time, that they could vote for me next time. So that we can score 100. Because I do not think the 4 who did not vote for me have any good reason not to vote for me and so on. Because Penville, we have come a very long way in Penville. A very long way in Penville. Theo will tell you, in the 80s and the 90s, he was ashamed to tell people he was from Penville. When they would ask him where he's from, he would say he's from Vegas and so forth. And the people of Penville have a sense of pride about themselves. They can speak publicly. They can tell people exactly where they're from, because this community has come a very long way. And those of us who want to appreciate what has been done in Penville, let us reflect on where Penville was in 2000, February 2000, when I became your Parl rep. Every single road in Penville was in a bad state. Every single road. Buses did not go down to Kwaib. Buses were complaining to come down Balot Balay. Coming from Vegas to Penville was a nightmare. Lao had no roads whatsoever. Eolibla cut the road in 72, 73, and no government did not even put a load of tariff in the road in Lao. Today, Lao has roads that we can drive through, concrete roads, because of the Labour Party. And our children, I have placed tremendous attention on education, because I understand the importance of education for our children. And whether it's a primary school or preschool or secondary school or college or university, I have continued to place tremendous attention to education, to the point where some of my supporters have told me, Zafa baka vote, there's Zafa, you baka vote. But I said, look, this is not about always voting, it's about the future of Penville and the future of Dominica. And when I became a member of Parliament in 2000, we had about 2 students at the preschool. 2 students at the preschool. And with working with this preschool teacher, expanding the preschool with funds from the French government at the time, a project which I wrote myself and submitted to the French government, expanding the preschool, working with the parents, we have been able to increase the number of students who attend the preschool. And thus, incidentally, the government will be recognizing the tremendous work that Ernestine has done for our children there, and she'll be receiving a national award on Independence Day in Roosevelt. So I want to urge the young people who are here and your parents who are here let us continue to push our children towards a better education. The opportunities are there. It is left to our children to take advantage of them. I'm there to assist, but if you do not study and you fail, I cannot help you. But if you study and you pass, I can guarantee you that I can help you. So your future is in your hand. We are there to support you, and I'm there to support you as far as possible. But I really wanted to be here to this very simple ceremony, but an important ceremony. It's a facility which will bring great joy and satisfaction to all of us here in Lower Penville and indeed the whole of Penville. And as we indicated to you, it will be used also as a hurricane shelter, because that's one of the concerns we have here, to be used as a hurricane shelter. I can say to Upper Penville, we need to address the issue of the location, the site for a center like this in Upper Penville. If it means that we have to compulsorily acquire some land sometime, we have to do it, but the land has always been the problem, because some people who have the land are not prepared to sell it. And I do not believe in taking somebody's land from them if they figure they want to keep it for their children. But at the end of the day too, we have to look at the greater good of the community and to see if somebody in Upper Penville wouldn't mind selling to the government some land to build a similar facility in Upper Penville. So I want to wish you a happy independence. I want to invite all of you to Independence celebration on Monday at the Windsor Park. As usual, we shall provide transportation to those who wish to attend. The usual buses will travel to Roseau. So it's good for you to come and have an outing and take a break and so forth. So I want to thank you again. I want to thank you for all your prayers and all your support. And even when you don't see me as often as you would wish to see me, you know that I have so many responsibilities. The job is not as easy as people think. And being responsible for the whole of Dominica and all of the problems in Dominica, is always possible for me to be always here, as I used to be before I became the Prime Minister. So I want to thank you for your continued support. I want to continue to pray for you as you pray for me, and let us work to improve our own family's way of life, improve the village of Penville, and improve Dominica for the better. Thank you very much, and God bless all of you.